Judges at the top United Nations court ordered Israel on Friday to immediately halt its military assault on the southern Gaza city of Rafah, in a landmark emergency ruling in South Africa's case accusing Israel of genocide. While the International Court of Justice, or World Court, has no means to enforce its orders, the case was a stark sign of Israel's global isolation over its devastating campaign in Gaza, particularly since it began its offensive against Rafah this month against the pleas of its closest ally, the United States. Reading out the ruling, World Court President Nawaf Salam said the situation in the Palestinian enclave had deteriorated since the court last ordered Israel to take steps to improve it. Conditions had been met for a new emergency order. The State of Israel shall immediately halt its military offensive and any other action in the Rafah Governorate which may inflict on the Palestinian group in Gaza conditions of life that could bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part, he said. Israel had not provided sufficient information about the safety of the population during the evacuation process, or the availability of food, water, sanitation, and medicine for the 800,000 Palestinians that had already fled Rafah so far, Salam said. Consequently, the court is of the view that Israel has not sufficiently addressed and dispelled the concerns raised by its military offensive in Rafah. The ICJ ordered Israel to open the Rafah crossing between Egypt and Gaza to allow in humanitarian aid. Israel must provide access to the besieged enclave for investigators, it added, and report back on its progress within 1 month. The World Court order was adopted by the panel of 15 judges from around the world in a 13-2 vote, opposed only by judges from Uganda and from Israel itself. It was handed down a week after it was requested by South Africa as part of its case accusing Israel of violating the Genocide Convention enacted in the wake of the Holocaust. The ICJ, based in The Hague, is the highest UN body for hearing disputes between states. Its rulings are final and binding but have been ignored in the past, as the court has no enforcement powers. Israel has repeatedly dismissed the case's accusations of genocide as baseless, arguing in court that its operations in Gaza are self-defense and targeted at Hamas militants who attacked Israel on October 7th. An Israeli government spokesman said on the eve of Friday's decision that no power on earth will stop Israel from protecting its citizens and going after Hamas in Gaza. The delegations from Israel and South Africa made no comment after the ruling was read out. Outside the court in the Dutch city, a small group of pro-Palestinian demonstrators waved flags and played a rap on a boombox calling for a free Palestine. Israel started its armored attack on Rafah earlier this month, forcing hundreds of thousands of Palestinians to flee a city that had become a refuge to around half of the population's 2.3 million people. Rafah, on Gaza's southern edge, has also been the main route in for aid, an international organization